وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينَ. And it's only your help that we seek. One of the most beautiful ayat in the Quran, Iyaka Nasta3en. Easy translation, it is only and only your help that we are looking for. It's only and only your help that we're seeking. But what in the world does that mean? My goodness. When we decide that we are going to be Allah's slaves, we have to realize that's not an easy thing. That's a pretty big commitment made to Allah. It's not a small thing. And when you make a big commitment, you need help. So we say to Allah, Ya Allah, I just made a pretty big commitment. I don't think I can do it on my own. Can you help me with that? Iyaka Nasta3en. Please help. I can't do it on my own. That's the first meaning of Iyaka Nasta3en. But one of the most beautiful lessons in Iyaka Nasta3en, in the Arabic language, there are like a dozen words for help. Nasr and Musa'ada and Madad and Aun, and there are tons of them. Allah used Aun. Nasta'een comes from the Arabic word Aun. It's a very specific kind of help. I want you to understand this help because it will open doors of understanding in your life. It really will. When you say Iyaka Nasta'een, what are you actually saying? You're driving on the road and you have a flat tire. You pull over to the side. Now what do? You get out of the car and you look for a spare tire in the back. You take it out and you're jacking up the car, and you're trying to lift the car so you can put the spare tire on. But you are not strong enough to lift the car the whole way, so when somebody is passing by, you say, hey, can you help me? And they help you. That is called isti'ana. In other words, isti'ana is when you are already trying, you could not finish, then you ask for somebody's help. That's called isti'ana. Isti'ana is not that when you had a flat tire, you sat in the car and somebody passed by and said, hey, I have a flat tire, can you help me? He says, yeah, okay, well, here's the button to pop the trunk. Can you press that for me? And then take it out. I'm gonna sit here, I'm listening to the news right now. That's not nasta'een. That's not isti'ana. Why not? Because isti'ana requires that you are doing work first yourself. And then you couldn't finish and you need somebody else's help. You got that? So lazy people cannot ask for isti'ana. Lazy people who don't do any work, you can't ask for that kind of help. By saying nasta'een, we are actually telling Allah, Ya Allah, I am trying. I am telling you I am trying. I am putting in the effort. You can see it. And now I need your help. So anybody in the world who turns to Allah and says, how come you don't help me? And people do that. People ask Allah, how come Allah doesn't help me? And they don't even try themselves. They make no effort themselves, but they blame Allah for Him not helping. They have only themselves to blame. This is a principle of Allah. He will help you when you start making the effort yourself. If you never make the effort yourself, and He will not help you. There are two things you have to understand here. I'll go through both of them. There are people in the world who don't do any effort and then expect Allah to help them. It will never come. The Sahaba were helped by angels in the battle of Badr. You know about that? The companions were helped by angels in the battle of Badr. But the Sahaba had to go into battle, meet the enemy, and then the angels came. The angels were not there waiting ahead of time. We've been here since 3 o'clock. Where were you? It doesn't work that way. Ibrahim alayhi salam has to be thrown into a fire, then it turns cool. You understand? The help, you have to do your part first. Everything you can, and then Allah's help will come. It doesn't come on its own. Then the other side of that is there are some people who think they can do everything themselves. They don't need to ask Allah for help. I got my job because I'm very intelligent. I have a successful business because I made some very good decisions. I have a good degree because I'm very smart. And we start thinking we get this because we deserve it, or that we earned it ourselves. The Fatiha is teaching us success, even in this life, comes from two things. You put the effort yourself, and then you ask Allah for help. Here's the final thing about nasta'een. When you ask someone for help, it's always specific. It's always specific. If I'm hanging off a cliff, help! And somebody walks by and hands me a water bottle, the help I was asking for was, pick me up. It's specific. I'm not just asking for any kind of help. I need this kind of help. You understand? When your pen runs out of ink and you say, excuse me, could you help me here? And you're asking for their pen. So if they hand you a cookie, that's not the help you were looking for. Help is always specific. Is that clear to you? Because it's always specific, you're supposed to say what you need help in. But in the ayah we say, Iyaka Nasta3en. Fima. In what? We need your help, we say. We tell Allah, Ya Allah, we're asking for your help. But you're asking for my help in what? Are you asking for my help in your health? In your family life? Are you asking for my help in your studies? Are you asking for my help in your religion? What are you asking for? You know, when someone is so desperate that they are at a loss of words, that they can't even explain what they need help in, then they just say, help! That's what we say in the Fatiha. Ya Allah, help. Because the things we need help in are so many, we can't even list them. So we just say, Iyaka Nasta3en. Subhanallah. One of the most beautiful insights by Shaykh al-Sha'rawi rahimahullah on Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka Nasta3en. One of my favorite insights. He said, subhanallah, he said, why did Allah say Iyaka na'budu first? And why did He say Iyaka Nasta3en second? What happens if you reverse them? Why can't you reverse them? Iyaka Nasta'inu wa Iyaka na'budu. Why not? He says there are two reasons. Why were we put on this earth? To ask for help or to do worship and slavery to Allah? So our purpose is mentioned first. And what we need to accomplish that purpose is mentioned second. But there's another even more beautiful thing. When we enslave ourselves to Allah, when we worship Allah, it is for Allah. When we ask for help, it is for who? Ourselves. Iyaka na'budu is for Allah, and Iyaka Nasta3en is for ourselves. What you want for Allah should be mentioned first. What you want for yourself should be mentioned second. It's good manners. It's good manners. Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka Nasta3en. Subhanallah. Ihdina. Guide us.